and conducive environment for investment. Honorable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has directed SIFC and relevant ministries to move forward on investment projects in a diligent and time-bound manner on fast track. We look forward to continued government-to-government and business-to-business engagements as we take steady strides on the journey we have started today in the leadership of His Highness, the Foreign Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and his delegation. Let me reiterate my heartfelt gratitude to His Highness and my dear brother, Foreign Minister, and his team for a very short, but I believe a very productive visit to Pakistan. I thank you all.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellency, my dear brother, thank you very much for your comments and your introduction. Thank you for hosting us here today in the Foreign Ministry. And I would like to express my profound appreciation and that of my accompanying delegation to the government of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan for the hospitality and warm reception we have received during this visit. This visit comes as a result of the meeting between His Excellency the Prime Minister and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, after which the Crown Prince instructed that this delegation be formed and come in very quick succession after that meeting to follow up on the discussions, the very fruitful discussions between the two leaders. And we have had a productive series of meetings already with our counterparts, with our colleagues. We have also had the honor of meeting His Excellency the President and the Prime Minister. And during all of these meetings, we stressed the importance and the strategic depth of this relationship. We stressed the commitment of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to further exploring avenues to deepen and strengthen that relationship, and we heard a similar commitment from our colleagues on the Pakistani side. We were extremely impressed by the very, very proactive attitude that we saw in our meetings, especially with the Investment Council. We saw a very, very strong business-focused approach on addressing the challenges, addressing the opportunities, highlighting the work that we can do together. And I feel very, very confident that the results of this visit and the results of the work being done between the two respective teams with this attitude, with this approach of focus on results, focus on overcoming hurdles, will deliver significant benefits for both of our countries, will significantly accelerate the process of achieving those investments that we are looking at together. And I can say that there is significant opportunity to increase the level of investment that is already on the table, and we saw today significant other opportunities that we can pursue. So I think this is a very, very positive visit from our perspective at least, and the engagement that we have had so far lays the groundwork for significant and important work to be done in the next few months in order to achieve all of the potential that exists. And you know, we believe in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia very strongly in the potential that Pakistan holds, especially in the economic development side. There is a lot of untapped potential that is clear to everyone. It just needs to be tapped, and here, working together, we will do what we can with our colleagues in the government of Pakistan to make that happen. So again, very, very grateful for all of the hard work that went into making this visit happen, and the support we've gotten from our Pakistani colleagues, the insights into these excellent opportunities, into the excellent investments that could potentially come forward. I'm also grateful for the conversation that I just had with my colleague, the Foreign Minister, where we covered all of the areas of mutual and concern in regional and international affairs. And as usual, Pakistan and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia see eye to eye. We have an outlook that is unified by our fraternal relationship, our brotherhood in Islam, but also by our shared outlook for geopolitics. So we will continue to work together for our economic prosperity, but also for the security of our region and of the world. And I'm always happy when I'm able to be here, Your Excellency. So thank you again for receiving us.
Okay, we'll now start the Q&A session. The first question will be asked by the representative of Saudi Press Agency, Mr. Abdul Rahman Hayat. He will address the question to the Foreign Minister of Pakistan.
Sir Abdurrahman Hayat from Saudi Press Agency. My question, leadership of Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have agreed to upgrade the long-lasting Pak-Saudi relationship to a lasting strategic and economic partnership. What step is Pakistan taking to invite investment from Saudi Arabia, and how does Special Investment Facilitation Council support this process?
Thank you. Highness, you have a, yeah, no. Thank you. Let me, my friend, explain to you that last 16 months of the government, which ended August 9th, 2023, we had created two things, if you recall, both through Act of Parliament. One was the creation of a small investment facilitation council. It is through an Act of Parliament, and it has been placed in the overall law for Board of Investment to promote and to attract investment in Pakistan. Now, this is a one-window facilitation, institution. So people and the foreign investors, particularly government-to-government investment, should, people involved and the dignitaries involved should not go pillar to post, and couple of dozens permissions and NOCs. They should be all available under one window and under one, facilitation arrangement. We also created, if you recall, Pakistan Sovereign Wealth Fund, before we left government in August 2023. And that was again through an Act of Parliament. On the law itself, you can see that this Sovereign Wealth Fund has an initial investment portfolio of $9 billion equivalent. It may have been by the boost of the stock exchange now, it might have added more value, but at the time of launch, it was 2.3 trillion rupees, worth of assets with this. Now we are looking towards expanding through SIFC and using this vehicle. For example, we are very, rich history in agriculture. We have a great scope in IT. We have mines and minerals worth of over $10 trillion against Pakistan total debt of 130 billion peanuts of dollars, total national debt and liabilities. So we have to streamline those assets and use this vehicle. So we have different opportunity. Depends on the appetite of the investor. For example, our dear delegation and led by my dear brother, Foreign Minister of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we have given a lot of big menu which covers the energy, IT, agriculture, mines and minerals, your hydro dams, your solar, you name it, it's there. So obviously it is there, they would reflect it, they would go through it, they will go back home, they will discuss with the relevant departments, and obviously inshallah we will have. So we have to actually use the SIFC, because your question was SIFC and Saudi Arabia. We have fraternal ties, we have a rich background, we have been seen together on all international forums on the common approach to multilateral at the multilateral forums. So this has already a very rich relationship between the two brotherly countries. Now we are trying to, and with the help of my dear brother, His Highness the Foreign Minister of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, what we are aiming at, in accordance with the vision of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, to convert this upscale this relationship and convert it into a viable strategic and economic partnership, so that we both can benefit. So we have about 2.8 million diaspora in Saudi Arabia. They are hosting. I just thank my brother for being a great host, and they are 28% of our Pakistani expats abroad. So we have a huge agenda to work with, and Pakistan is a great potential. I was telling my brother that I'm born optimist, because this country, which was declared macroeconomic unstable country in 2013, turned out to be within 3 to 4 years, 24th global economy of the world. with the prediction by the Pricewaterhouse that it will be part of G20 within the next few years. So this is the potential of Pakistan. We are trying to streamline, and for that we are looking towards experience and the expertise and the support from our very dearly brotherly country and its leadership.
Now I will give the floor to Mr. Shokat Piracha of Aaj News.
Thank you very much. Very warm welcome, Highness, the Foreign Minister of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As Foreign Minister of Pakistan has rightly said that we never seen such a big delegation from Saudi Arabia, and obviously appreciation for His Excellency the Ambassador Nawaf bin Said Al Maliki for his contributions. My question to Honorable Foreign Ministers, both of them is, how Saudi Arabia views the ongoing international efforts for ceasefire in Gaza? And secondly, what are the likely consequences of the recent escalation for the peace and stability of the broader region where we all live? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your question. And what can I say about Gaza except that the international efforts towards a ceasefire have been wholly insufficient. We are now well beyond 33,000 civilians. We are now actively discussing the potential famine. People are starving to death because humanitarian assistance is getting to them. This is an unacceptable situation. It is the international system and the systems of international law and governance to live up to their responsibilities. We must have a ceasefire now, and we must have access for humanitarian aid immediately. There is no justification for the restriction of humanitarian aid in entering Gaza. It is a reality that despite 2 UN Security Council resolutions, we have not seen sufficient aid entering. We have finally now started to see a turnaround in the issue of aid. Unfortunately, that happened after 6 Western aid workers were killed by Israel. But it didn't happen after 33,000 Palestinians were killed. So this shows you the continuing double standard that we have to deal with and we have to live with. The reality is the international community is not living up to its responsibility. We must do more to end the killing. We must do more to end the suffering of the people of Gaza. And we will continue to call for that, and as we will do that with our partners around the world. Look, we are already in an unstable region. The humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza is already inflaming the region. We do not need more conflict in our region. We do not need more confrontation in our region. So it is our position that de-escalation must be everybody's priority. When there are differences, they should be resolved through dialogue, not through the use of force, and we will do everything we can to push in that direction. Thank you.
If, with your permission, my dear brother, if I can add few words on this issue. It's a very important issue, and Pakistan is deeply concerned over Gaza issue. I share the feelings, the statement of my dear brother, Highness, the Foreign Minister of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We have talked about this subject bilaterally, and I think it is a time that this genocide must end, because 33,000 killings of of Muslim brothers and sisters and small innocent children, this is far too much, and the world conscious must wake up. I think we both agree that what we need is immediate and unconditional ceasefire to take place. We both believe that unimpeded humanitarian assistance to the besieged people of Gaza should go. They should not let them be killed by starvation. In addition to the what genocide there is taking place, there's the return of the displaced Palestinian must also take place. And the accountability of the crimes which have been committed. I mean, we have been seeing the centuries old and the decades old crimes are being investigated, and accountabilities undertaken in the recent last few decades. Why not for this genocide crime? So I fully endorse my brother's feeling Pakistan is deeply concerned. We believe the perpetual solution to this issue will be when Palestinian state is established according to the 1964 resolution with Al-Quds Sharif with its capital. I think that is what is good for Israel perhaps also. But I think it is need of the hour, and the world community must wake up. You just heard my brother saying that only 6 killings of the Western people woke them up. And we saw some action being taken place, but for months there was no movement. So I share my brother's feeling, and on behalf of Pakistan, on a personal behalf, that this is something I think the world must act fast and as fast as it can. Thank you.
Thank you. I would now ask Mr. Muhammad Ejaz from GNN to pose a question to the Foreign Minister of Pakistan.
I would like to ask a question to both the dignitaries here. As you mentioned in earlier about the Pakistani diaspora, I would like to ask, the Pakistani diaspora is living in the Saudi Arabia for very long, and they are playing a very positive role in the Saudi society and the development. How Pakistani diaspora can play its role in future, establishing the ties between the both countries? And secondly, I would like to ask my guest foreign minister how Pakistan is facing a challenging situation, and are also facing different challenges. How Pakistan and Saudi Arabia will overcome these challenges